Hello, and welcome to the Women's Cave.
Can I just like grandiose style? You
No.
were too busy with your lunch exacting revenge through the air bubbles of the esophagus.
Wow. Did you just say that super word? She was talking about I was burping. Yeah,
I was
because
trying to be
in
a lady
layman's
about it.
terms and why? Why are you being extra today? Like, what is going on?
I'm wearing my pearls.
Oh, you're wearing your pearls. That's why.
And I have on a satin blouse. So if you guys see me doing this, I'm not doing anything pervy. I'm just like,
Ooh, satin blouse. Yeah, it's nice though.
Although it makes it look like I'm like 47 years old, but that's okay. I'm rocking it.
Okay, so literally, I looked in the back. It was like in the back of the closet. Because you know how you never clean out your closets, and then you do, and then you're like, oh, this is nice. And then she just took it from me. So I'm Jade though. I'm Jade though.
I'm Winona. Yes, thank you. Wait, you said it twice. I'm Winona. I should say it one more time, but I feel like too much.
Oh my goodness.
I'm the narcissist of the group.
Oh my goodness. Well, her satin. So yeah, she just like I had laid it out nicely, and I was like, and you know I was trying. It's so cute. Like so I laid it out nicely, and I was like, okay, I bought it like once or twice, like just around the house because I forgot that I had it, and it was wonderful. And then I look over today, and I'm like, is this girl in my satin blouse?
I'm knocking things down.
I'm so mad about it, y'all. I'm mad, but I'm gonna let it go because that's what friends do. They let them borrow clothes, although they didn't ask for it. But she doesn't know. Her Chanel is in trouble. Okay. Anyway, we wrote books and we have merchandise.
Yeah.
Okay.
Come back from that.
So yeah, you can't. So I have to like ruin my own set today because y'all. And I thought divorce was bad. Has a new cover, y'all. Look at it. If you're on the podcast, you need to go on over to YouTube and look at this. It is so nice. It has a new cover. Ren Ivy, we love you. Thank you for doing such a wonderful job on it. And I thought being grown up was easy.
That also has a new cover.
It does. And then we have
their audiobooks.
The audiobooks, and then we have And I Thought I Did My Journey Alone, one of the all pop poetry books. Oh, I forgot to say, we have literary life guides with pop poetry.
That's what our books are.
And then If Only I Were Me, available only on Barnes & Noble. And we have some merchandise out here today.
I would like to say we have 13 other books after that. Okay, continue.
We have some merchandise today, which is our journal that says, Quiet Please, Pop Poetry is happening, because we are your pop poets, right? So that's exciting. All right, and then we have like the magazine's 25 hottest indie authors, artists, and advocate. And I Thought literary magazine that will be soon coming out with another one. Right.
Yeah.
So
in October.
You can find out everything your ladies are doing. I mean everything. Even like the boring cups that we have, they're not boring. They're so cute.
Oh, and the clothing line.
And the
our brand new clothing line.
Yeah.
Get the bathing suit.
It's so cute. It's so cute. Okay, anyway, you can find out everything that your ladies are doing on www.andwethought.com. But y'all not here to hear us drone on about what we have going on.
Even the narcissist knows that we're boring.
Yeah, right. So you're here to hear from our wonderful guests. Wonderful guests, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi there, everybody. Thank you for having me on, Winona and Jade. I really appreciate this time with you. We had some fun talking in the pre-show that we can get to. I'm Susan Wingate, and I wrote a book also. And I live in San Juan Island, or I live in Friday Harbor, San Juan Island, which is in Washington State. And you can get there by ferry or by plane. We do have the tiniest little airport in the history of man, I think. It's like 2 feet wide by 2 feet wide. And it's called the Friday Harbor Airport. So if you want to look at it online or with earth.com or something like that, you can see how small it is. But I wanted to ask you if you guys like cream-filled eclairs.
It depends.
Yes. Okay, so
she does. It depends for me. What are they filled with?
So it kind of goes like, if you have a nasty cream in it, I don't want it. You know, like some people have an eclair that just has. You're like, why?
Tastes like
why? I mean, like the outside is great, like it's donut, but then like, oh, why? So if it's great, then,
okay.
Yeah, well, you know what? I've had eclairs where they have been, like you can taste like a metallic taste. It's almost like the stuff out of the, the can. It's not real whipped cream.
Yeah.
It's like stuff that manufactured. It's horrifying.
It is
Oh,
horrifying.
I
So
love
I love it. I love
with that face.
with the
That's
face.
exactly what you should look like.
Like you should like you just you're like aghast. That like her face on for everyone is listening to this was aghast. Like she was
Yes,
aghast.
yes, they should be a gas.
You should write something.
Well, because I've been reading like some very like literary books, y'all. I've been trying. So you
Have
know.
you?
Yeah, I have. I've been listening to some. When I say reading, I mean listening to because
Yeah.
we've been redoing a lot of our stuff over here, so I haven't had as much time to read as I would like. So I just listen to the books instead.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
still finish like 13 of them a week, which is all like my ultimate goal. No matter what, is try to read
Oh my gosh.
about 10 to 13 books a week. That's my goal in life, and I've accomplished it so many times.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot of books.
And I maybe average 4 reading books a year.
Oh, do you? Do you?
I mean, but
I
she
read.
listens to a lot of books too,
Oh, I
because
do.
I listen to a lot of books. So she
Yeah.
so I like suggest my books to her.
We have about 500 and some books in our audio library.
Yeah.
Wow, man. So what was the last book that you read?
Let me think. Oh my goodness. Hold
You
on.
read the one about a danger in a harlot or something, right?
Oh.
Because I'm listening to that
Oh
one
yeah,
right
it's
now.
the Lizzie Hardwick book, and I forgot Death in the Harlot.
Death in a Harlot.
Something like that. Something
Oh,
like that. But
I
it is
haven't read it.
so it is
So-
so good. It is
There is a
a
series.
and it's the India Black series, which I love that book. I found it on accident actually in my past life when I was a sign language interpreter, right? And I had to be up all night
wow.
with the patients and you couldn't sleep, right? So I would just read a bunch of books, and I found that by accident.
Wow.
Carol K.
By
Carr.
Carol, and I found it by accident, and I love that series. I'm so sad she didn't come out with another
So
one.
she doesn't have an audio book series. So we are listening to that, to the Death in a Harlot one, because she has an audiobook series where I have the entire India Black series at home with me right now, and I am so excited. And all summer long, all I've been wanting to do is read those books.
read.
But I've been so busy, I have gotten to 3 chapters out of each book.
Right, but
Wow.
but the fall is here now.
Well, we're busy people, right?
yeah,
Death in the Harlot, right? Death in the Harlot.
yeah, yeah, and
Uh-huh.
it's a Lizzie. It's Lizzie Hardwick. It's a Lizzie Hardwick novel, but I forgot who wrote it. So y'all can leave that in the chat because I forgot. But
Okay, well, I can look it up. I
Yeah,
love
sure.
reading. You know what I read that was just unbelievable?
And
Oh,
that's-
I almost put an expletive in between there. I almost did. It's called The Gretchen Question, and it is amazing. Her name, the author is Jessica Treadway. I had her on the show, and she is amazing. She teaches writing, but this story is about a woman and her son, and it goes on through this. It's like a single day of her life, and it's just, oh, it will knock you out. It's just amazing. It's just incredible.
I
So
voted
I
right
just want
now.
everyone out there to know we will never write a book like that because our life is boring, but this sounds amazing.
This sounds
Oh,
amazing.
but
And also-
it's not that you have to have a boring life to. I mean, you can have a boring life and write. Trust me. I know.
Yeah, call it literary. It's literary fiction.
So you
Yeah.
mentioned the show. What is the show?
Thank you.
The show is called Dialogue Between the Lines, and you guys are going to be on pretty soon. That's it. Yeah, that's November. What's the date? Is it the 2nd or the 3rd? I can't remember. November 2nd or 3rd. But
Yeah.
you guys are going to be on my show too. I'm so excited because I'm getting your book, of course, but you guys have written a lot. I mean, your group of ladies have written a lot. And I really like that you're talking about women's issues and important nonfiction issues. I mean, it's one thing to write fiction, and it's great, and we can learn from fiction, but that you're writing about these things about like divorce and abusive relationships, that sort of thing is really important, I think, for women to be able to pick up and read.
Wait, did you accidentally read our first page? I apologize.
Because we're just poets anyway. So why did you start your show? We I just need to know now.
Okay.
Questions.
Okay. What am I supposed to do?
So why did you start your show?
Oh, why did I start my show? I thought, okay. I started my show 10 years ago. And at the time I had a friend, co-host named Joshua Graham. He's a New York Times bestselling author. He writes thrillers, and he stayed with the show for 3 years, but then he had to start homeschooling his children, so he was just way too busy and had to bow out. But I started it because there was, at the time, 10 years ago, and this is crazy because now it's like amazing. There's you can turn around and you'll bump into another fiction podcast, but at the time there was no media available for fiction writers unless you paid for it. There were shows, like, what the talk shows on TV and that sort of thing, but there were no talk radio shows for fiction writers. There were a ton for nonfiction, but not for fiction. And so I said to him, do you want to do this so that there's a platform for fiction authors? And he said, absolutely. And so that's how we started it. And it's been going strong for 10 years.
Wow. I am so excited about this. Yes. 10 years. And I know. Now 4 is just exhausting. No, just in 2020, because we started like 4 more, so that's probably why. But 10 years, what has been the most interesting thing that has happened in a decade?
Of a show.
Of a show? Oh man, I get so many amazing authors on the show. It's like I've had people from Debbie McComber, do you know who she is? Mm-hmm. To gosh, I've had I had Jessica Treadway on. I've had publishers and agents and that sort of thing. I've had Scott Turow. I don't know if you know who that is. He's amazing. I've had Frank Peretti. Just a ton of course, the big name authors, but also just people that are mid-listers and people starting out. What I really enjoyed is that, and I had seen it coming, that we were like booking out 5 and 6 months out, and there was no way to service authors. I mean, they would say, yeah, and they'd book, 5 months out after having a book come out. But, when your book comes out, you hope that you can get it within the first couple of months, a show, media outlet and everything to market your book within those first couple of months. So, and I'd seen that it was like getting longer and longer. People weren't being, able to get on the show. And I would, like I said, 5 to 6 months booking out. So I opened it up this year because of the 10 years. I thought this is a good time to expand it if I'm going to expand it at all. And expanded it to Tuesdays and Wednesdays. And then we have also and that's the talk radio. That's the Blog Talk Radio platform. And then we've got the once a month on the 3rd Thursday of the month of a Zoom podcast. And I can see already that thing is going to get really crazy and big too, that people are, wanting to be on, they need a place to market their books. So I have a feeling that that's going to be kind of big too. It's just that, it's like I have to write and I have to, eat at some point.
That's not a problem over here.
I know.
I was just about to ask you that question because as you're trying to balance writing and eating and, you don't want to step into a shower that makes you go, and cringe, you have to clean too. So how do you balance all of that?
I don't. I just absolutely do not. I'm just playing it day by day. It's all you can do. When it gets so busy, that's how life gets sometimes. And you know what? This was the silliest thing I think I've ever done. So I have been wanting to do this for years. I'm telling you, since 2004, I've been wanting to get accepted into an MFA program in creative writing, and I did. And I did a couple of years ago, but I had to stop because of things that were happening personally in my life that I just couldn't. I knew I couldn't do it, and I wanted to do it well, right? So I decided that I would apply again because things kind of calmed down, and so I thought I would apply again. I got accepted again, and I've started. And then September, at the end of August was the first week of classes, and I thank God I was smart enough to say I only want to take 2 classes this semester because I didn't know how the online deal was going to be, and you know what I mean? So, and how it was going to fit into my ridiculous schedule anyway. And it does, it's just that I can see that things are like the shower. The gross shower, man.
Oh, you're talking about like 11 p.m. You're like, and now it's time to clean the shower, and then you next to it. Yeah, that's it.
So I'm gonna say to everyone out there, I am not a cleaning like diva, right? But one of the best advice that I have ever done and got from my mother was, so you get that everyday shower cleaner, you know, the one that you spray after you get out.
Yes.
The shower. She's like, don't put it outside the shower, put it in the shower next to your soap. Because then when you cut off your shower, you just spray it and it counts that dirt right on down. So you know, my mom was very, very intelligent when she told me that.
Very wise.
And it has helped me a lot, y'all.
Her mother was a clean freak.
Yeah, really? Yeah. My mother was a clean freak. Yeah.
She really liked things to be clean.
My mom was too. But you know, that's what happened when I first applied. My mom had her health had dwindled to the point where I was having to take care of her the last 2 years of her life. And so I couldn't, you know, I was just like, no, this was a bad idea to even apply. But because I thought she would last longer. It was really sad.
Yeah. Okay. So now I want to talk about your book.
Well, I have one more question.
Yes.
Right, just one more, and then we can talk all about your book. How do you feel going back to get your MFA? I mean, because you said you've been wanting to do it since
2004.
That's been like 16 years. So I guess that makes you 38. So, you know, like, in your life.
Nice of you.
Right? So, like, in your life now, because you're not like 20. How did you get past that hurdle in your mind to be like, hey, I'm not 20, but I still want to do this?
Well, you know how it is. I mean, with any dream, right? Any dream that you have, you just do it. I don't care how old you are. I mean, I could be in a walker and I would still want to do this. I'm 62 and I decided to go back to school, right? And I did it knowing that I'm 62 and I want to go back to school. There was nothing that was really going to stop me. I had been wanting to do this for so long, you know. My career started out as an accountant. That was my undergraduate. So I did that for so many years, and I just, once I moved to the island, I was like, you know what, this is a good time to change everything. And so that's when I had been writing, for a while, of course, before that, and I was still living in, the other place. And that will not be mentioned. And then, and so I was writing and doing all that stuff, but not really doing it as a serious thing that I was contemplating to do as a career, right? So, anyway, things got sidetracked, as they will, and I've just been wanting to do it for so long. So that in 2004, how old was I then? 44? I can't remember. 44. No, 46. I don't know. Anyway, I was around then. It was around then, and I decided that I had been wanting to for a while, and I just wanted to increase my knowledge. And I love school anyway. And so, however many years pass, and you just say, you got to pull the trigger or not, and then wish you had done it. I don't want to end up that person wishing I had done something, I just want to do it and just say I did it and do it well, and then, decide on the next thing that I want to do, which will probably be lay down and die now.
No, it will not be lay down and die. Well,
so I was going to ask you about books, but then you had said that, and I wanted to tell my story because I'm a narcissist, but I'm going to skip it.
Yeah, thank you.
Let's skip the story. I mean, otherwise there'll be nothing to interview us on later.
I know, right? We only have a finite
amount of stories. So, what's your book about? What's the title? Where can people?
Well, I want to know what your book is about, what your writing was about.
November the 3rd. You will definitely find.
Oh, see, that's called suspense. Very good. Very good.
You're gonna find out as soon as we stop recording.
But
everyone else, November the 3rd.
You have to tune into her show so you can find out about what we do. So,
yeah.
where can people find your book? What is your book title? What is it about?
Okay, can I show you my book?
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely.
It's How the Dear Moon Hungers. And it's one of my Friday Harbor novels. They're not related. They're all standalones, but they're all set here in Friday Harbor, and it's so pretty here. And you know how pretty it is. You've been here, and it's just like the most gorgeous place I've ever been. And so I kind of want people to experience it. If they can't get here, I want them to be able to at least experience it in my book. And the story is about two sisters, one who lives, and the story about how she handles the death of her younger sister, who is killed by a drunk driver. So there are issues of sisterhood and family drama, and issues of drunk driving, and it's just it's been winning some awards, so that's pretty cool.
I got the award.
Tell us about
Yeah, I'm really happy.
What did you wear?
What did I wear?
Yes.
For the awards.
Oh, well, it happened in COVID, so I was wearing my pajamas.
Well,
But
actually, that might be a good.
It's the Pacific. Can you see it? It's the Pacific Book Award, and that's a regional award. And so there's been absolutely, everything's been nobody's doing award ceremonies or anything. At least they weren't. This one before the launch, actually, it won in June. It launched in July. And in June, we were, basically in lockdown still. So, but that's not the thing. The thing is it's really cool, and it was really great. And I love, getting awards for my books, but it's the reader comments and the reviewers and stuff like that that's just like knocks it out of the park for me.
I love her. She's a real writer.
I know.
The awards for me.
What am I wearing? No, what am I wearing, and is there an open bar? That's the real question.
COVID, it's like, there's awards. What am I wearing, and what am I buying for my open bar?
Don't pay attention to what we're doing over here.
Woohoo!
And drinking.
And you know what? I wanted to ask you, did you get your teeth whitened?
No.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for that. Did you watch one of
No,
those?
I saw your show with the little English dude. What was his name?
Oh, Richard Whisker.
He was so cute. He was like this big. This is a tiny little dude.
Huh?
It was our first real celebrity interview.
Yeah, I was like with an actor. Like that was so, that's really been on a lot of shows that was like BAFTA nominated and stuff.
He's like BAFTA nominated 3 times.
Like
he's so cute.
He's just such a nice person. And it was so great, yes. And like my teeth are getting whiter, y'all. It is really nice. But I'm gonna just say it. I'm gonna say I took it back to what my mother told me to do.
Yeah.
When I turned a teenager, it was really funny. She was like obsessed with my smile. She's like, you have such a pretty smile. So you have to make sure it always stays pretty. So she said on top of your toothpaste, not every day or anything, but like once a week, just go ahead and put some baking soda on top of your toothpaste and then brush your teeth, and it'll help remove some of those stains. So that's what I've been doing. I don't know, y'all. I'm not a dentist, so don't take my thing.
Yes, right.
But it has helped a lot.
Yeah. Has it really? Is that what you're doing for real?
Mm-hmm. Just a little bit of baking soda on top of my toothpaste, like once a week, to break up my coffee stains, because I love coffee.
Cool. I'm gonna start doing that.
Yeah, I'm not a dentist though, so check with your dentist. Like, I don't know if that's your.
Well, you know what? But that's what they used to do back in the day. They used to brush with baking soda.
Right. Yeah. So she just said you just on your regular everyday she would just put a little bit of, she's like, put a little bit on there once a week to remove the stains. I don't know, y'all. Talk to your dentist, Google it, do all the good stuff that you're supposed to do. Like, right. I'm taking my mother's advice, and that, because I'm.
That's right.
Mercy.
Thank you.
How did this whitening come back?
Thank you. I had to smile some more.
Oh.
Yes.
I should go like that.
No.
Y'all are over here just murdering my ego.
Yours are white too. Mine aren't. Mine are like.
I tried to tell her to join me, and it's just because it tastes disgusting.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So like,
Well, if you put it on your toothpaste, though, it's not so bad.
it's not so bad, but it doesn't taste like mint at all. You're like, ugh, trying to do it, but you're like, it's worth it
Do
in the
that
end.
again.
It's worth it in the end.
Do that again.
Yeah, it's, that's what it really is like. You don't want it. You don't.
I might be canceling this interview. So much.
Oh man. Oh man.
Oh, you're
All right,
funny.
We're back. We're back, y'all.
Okay.
We're
You
back.
know what's sad when I'm the one talking about we're back.
So okay. So all your books are set in where you live, which is wait,
Friday Harbor.
because you know I was about to mess it up. I was about to like call it this
I did
wine
have
that I
another
like.
question.
So okay, anyway.
That's not bad.
Thank you. So, for your show, you mentioned that you will have a Zoom podcast on Thursday. How is that different from your Monday, Tuesday?
Wednesday.
So the
Thursday,
Zoom
Tuesday,
podcast,
Tuesday.
the Zoom podcast is just different from the Tuesday, Wednesday shows in that it is on every third Thursday of the month. So it's only monthly, and it's it's with a friend of mine named Vincent Zandri. He's also a New York Times bestseller. He wears a MAGA hat. So, you know, my life is confusing. So, and confused. But it's called Me and Vincent, and I got first billing.
So this sounds like a very fun,
and
interesting show.
It's
Like,
crazy. It's crazy, and it's more ridiculous than anything. It's ridiculous.
Well,
Oh, I forgot.
that's how I think our audience would love to come because we're ridiculous on most days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most days.
Today I feel like we're coming up on ludicrously ridiculous.
Well, whatever.
Coming,
And
not
no.
with your Whisker interview, Michael.
I love that interview. That was like one of my. That's like a top 5.
Yeah, it is.
Which
I
one
just
was
love-
it?
The Richard Whisker one because
He was so cute.
because Winona, right, her face like crumbled when I said about my white teeth. Like I knew she was about the ugly laugh, and that is the best thing ever. When you make your best friend ugly laugh, that is when you know you have done it.
And you know, he was laughing too. I mean, that was funny. Who was the other girl?
That's sometimes our co-host Ms. Tanya Todd, and she is amazing and like
She's an actor in
you know,
Las Vegas.
She's in Vegas, right?
She's
Yeah.
also the educational chair for the Henderson Writers Group, so that's kind of
Oh,
fun.
she
wow.
brings like a whole lot of knowledge with her, which is
Yeah.
fabulous because you know what we
Because
lack.
We know.
Yeah.
We figure that we write books. We don't run around acting in things. So we better find
Right.
an actor.
Yeah, but that's what actually we can tell you a line that we wrote, but that's about it. So,
But okay.
no,
Go ahead.
No, please, please,
It's
no.
your show, really, truly, it's about you.
No, what were you going to say?
I was
Well,
going to
say it was boring. I want to hear what you were going to
I know, right? I was just going to talk about if you've ever thought about adapting your novel into a screenplay. That was it.
Well, I actually have this story, and not myself. I would never. Oh God, no, that would be horrifying.
say.
And
I don't think I could do it and give it any kind of, I just don't think I would do very well as a screenwriter. I've tried, and I don't like the format. I like the novel. I like writing. Have you tried writing a screenplay?
Yeah, we currently have a podcast on that's
Yes.
nothing but the screenplay.
and that's the actual
Oh,
Richard was on because it's the Ladies Tale podcast, and like we have professional actors, not Richard, but like other ones that
Right.
read our screenplay. Like we call it the closest we'll ever get to television.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I just know that I couldn't do it. I shouldn't say that. It's limiting, right? But I just don't like it. So I know that it's like, I don't want to. But this one is actually with somebody who is considering picking it up. So that's pretty cool. We'll see.
Option. You're in consideration.
Not yet. He's thinking about it. He's reading it right now, and he's thinking about it. So that should be news in the next couple of months, I would think.
That's exciting.
If it's going to happen or not. And it may never happen,
It's okay. Either way, we're having cocktails about it. Either way, it doesn't matter which way it goes. Good.
Tell it to me.
Bad. Woo! We're still drinking cocktails. Either way, we're gonna have it over Zoom.
I feel that we should do what my parents did when I got a rejection letter. So I started sending out letters when I was like 11, and I got my rejection letter.
Oh,
and
for writing.
for writing.
Yeah.
And so I got my rejection letter back, obviously. And my parents were like, "Oh my goodness, you got a rejection letter. First of all, you got mail. Yay!" Okay, now let's go get cake.
Oh, that is so sweet.
If you get a rejection letter, it gives me a reason to order cake
And have
and have champagne.
right.
Because we have to celebrate the fact that you got this far.
Right.
I know, isn't that something?
Yeah, as our parents would say, either way, like you took a leap, it didn't work out, but let's celebrate that you took the leap. And
Yeah,
even
exactly.
if it doesn't ever work out, your whole life you're just celebrating that you're taking leaps.
And that somebody like that knows who you are at that point. Now
Right.
they know, it's not like, oh, you're a non-entity. Now they know, oh, this is an author who has several books. And that's what he said initially. He says, you have several books. Which one do you like the best? I want to look at one. And he wanted to look at Storm Season, which was my novel from like a year ago or so. And I was like, no, don't look at that one. Look at this one. So he wanted to look. He wanted to look at this. He wanted to look at Storm Season, but he looked at this one instead. And I think the story is better anyway, because I think it has more of the element of human condition, and it's a tough read. It's not like a little light read either. It's got some big important topics that it discusses.
Awesome. So where can people find your book and
Oh yeah,
your podcast also?
my podcast, sure, and that's Dialogue Between the Lines. But my website is susanwingate.com, and you can find the book on all, of course, the major online book distributors, but also in brick and mortar bookstores, and again on my website, susanwingate.com, and you can find me on Facebook and Twitter and all those places.
Yeah,
Fabulous.
you follow us on Facebook now, right?
Yes.
I have, yeah, yes, I do. Yay!
Okay, I'm gonna stop talking.
Okay,
Continue,
so
Jade. You can
yeah,
wrap us up.
yeah. So you can find out everything your ladies are doing on www.andwethought.com. Especially you can listening to Ladies Tale podcast. But if you don't even do any of that, please go to the Ladies tab and go down to the middle and see the charities that we proudly support. Yes, we know this is 2020, and as people would say, money is funny. So you might not be able to give them money. You might be able to donate some time, and if you can't do that, can you just drop them a line and say thank you for doing this wonderful work in the world, because we all need encouragement to continue to do what we do. We thank you in advance for that, and remember, wisdom is all around you if
You're open to finding it and accepting it. So peace and love, you guys, from Winona
and Jay with the wonderful white teeth. Oh yeah,
Lord,
thanks for listening.
Bye bye.